Hey everybody, Darren here with Funky Florida. Just about to pack up and head down to the Peace River in Florida to do some fossil hunting. So just wanted to go over the gear and that you take down to the river. So Florida has a pretty interesting fossil history. You won't find dinosaurs in Florida, or dinosaur fossils. You're not going to find dinosaurs anywhere really, but fossil wise we don't really have any dinosaur bones. We do have a ton of shark teeth though. You can find just about any shark tooth you want in Florida, and there's tons of mammal bones, anywhere from prehistoric three-toed horse to mastodons and mammoths, prehistoric camels, glyptodonts, which were basically like giant armadillos, and all kinds of marine mammals. There's a prehistoric manatee called a dugong you can find down here. Other marine life. Inland Florida has a lot of lime rock deposits that have shells and other sea creatures embedded in the lime rock. So the Peace River is known for cutting through what they call Bone Valley in Florida, and there's a huge, pretty much down the central part of Florida, running from the Georgia border all the way down to 3/4 of the way down the state. There's a huge fossil bed, and you can find tons of fossils. The rivers cut through them, so you can actually find shark teeth in the rivers. A lot of people are surprised by that because they think you're only going to find them at the ocean, but these are fossils. So the whole state used to be underwater. Anyway, so getting ready to head down now. Got to load the car up, but before I do, let me flip the camera around and show you the gear that I'm taking and go over some of the stuff you might want to take to go fossil hunting in Florida. Alright, I'm back everybody. Here's a quick little overview of all the gear I'm taking down. Got my kayak racks over here I still need to put on the car. Just really quickly, let me just give you an overview of one of my recent fossil hunting trips here. A prehistoric manatee I was talking about. This is one of the rib bones, fossilized rib bones here. Got a little piece of tortoise shell here from a fairly large tortoise or turtle. Those glyptodonts I was talking about, here's a shell fragment from that. A lot of these other bones are pieces of dugong rib. Another turtle shell piece here. You can see you can get some pretty decent sized teeth out of the river there. This is the tip of, I think, a mako shark tooth. And then this here, it looks kind of like fossilized wood, is actually a segment from a mammoth tooth, and this would have been the chewing surface right here on the end, and so this piece just kind of flaked off the rest of the tooth, and this is what it looks like. Really neat. I wish I could have found the whole tooth, but that's a pretty interesting find for me. Alright, so on to the gear. Obviously you're going to want a vessel unless you're just going to wade in. There are some spots to wade into the river. Hey, I'm back. Phone was overheating, so I switched over to the GoPro. Hopefully we can still get some good footage here with this resolution. So we're covering the gear. Kayaks are essential if you want to go upstream or downstream and hunt in some of the less hunted areas. Otherwise, you can wade in at some of the boat ramps and look for fossils there, which you can find them, but you're going to have a lot more competition. So being mobile on the water is really essential to getting to the good spots. Florida requires you to have flotation devices with you, so make sure if you're in a canoe or a kayak you've got the right gear. Cooler is going to be essential. Carry some cold drinks in the hot sun. Florida gets very hot, and it is right at the end of March right now, and I'd say where I'm at, it's about, I don't know, 85 degrees right now, and down where we're going, it's in the lower to mid 90s all day. Got some snacks and some sunscreen packed in this backpack here. I'll throw in one of the dry boxes on the kayak, so that way you can stay out longer and not have to take a break. Got a little crate here, strap onto the back of the kayak with, you know, some sun hats. I got a little cushion here to sit on in the kayak rather than sitting on the hard plastic. And I went and picked me up a set of goggles so I can possibly swim down in some of the deeper spots and just see what's down there. It's not necessary, but I'm gonna give it a try and see how it goes. Got some sifters here. If you take the time, you can get some decent sifters or make some. I made these myself. Got 1/4-inch hardware cloth as the sifting portion. Just built these little wooden boxes out of 1x4s. I got the really giant pool noodles from Walmart, and I basically put another 1x4 extended down on the side and just cut a slit in the noodle and strapped it on. That's really handy, so you're not lugging it around or holding it. You can just let it sit on top of the water and dip it down to wash the sediment off while you're searching for fossils. Also got a little eye hook here on the front so I can clip a little rope to it and strap it to my arm so the current doesn't carry it away. Colanders are really nice for when you don't want to pull the sifters and shovels out. You can pick them up at a yard sale. Shovels, obviously. You're going to want water shoes. There is a lot of glass in that river, so you're not going to want to cut your feet up on the glass that people throw down in the river. Alright, some of the smaller gear here. Got some phone carriers, keep them out of the water. And if you want to take some quick snapshots, these are the touch screen type. I've got these mesh bags here. They're really handy for sticking some of the larger items in. You can just clip them to something and let them hang off of either a belt loop or off of the little carry handle on your sifter. And just let it sit in the water. Just make sure you cinch it closed so the fossils don't escape. So those are really, really nice. I really like using those. You know, I can stick that bigger rib bone I showed you, fits right in there along with some other things. Other containers you can use, you know, just an old bottle with a cap on it comes in handy. I like to use these icebreaker containers because they have a little snap lid on them you can open up, and I stick a lot of the smaller teeth in there, and you wouldn't believe how many of the smaller teeth you can find. I'm bringing this on this trip. It's just a little kind of like a probe just to feel down. Fossils make a very distinctive sound when you tap them with metal, so you know, trowel, hook for pulling through some of the larger, you know, gravelly sediment, and then, you know, a little probe to stick down in and maybe probe around for fossils. And that about covers it. I'm going to go ahead and set up and start loading this car up and get ready for this trip.